Welcome back, everybody, to another Pickled Dragon Unscripted. We have Dracoya, the world traveler, with us on the road.
I am on the road. I'm currently in Vegas, baby.
She's in Vegas, a library, drinking blended Scotch whiskey.
Yes, I'm on this giant thing that I got to steal.
Look how much she's already drank too.
Yeah, it's a good day, guys.
Yeah.
What
Myself,
happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
yeah. Myself, I have a new beverage, Alexander Murray. It's quintessentially Scottish. This is single malt Scotch whiskey. So I'm going single, she's going blended, and we are
Yours
back
sounds
with another
better.
show.
Yeah, we're
So
back.
I noticed something going around the Twitter X recently, and it kind of annoyed me because Kelsey Dione is a friend of mine, and if you don't know the name, you'll probably know the name Shadowdark. She's the creator, game designer behind Shadowdark. And if you don't know it, you should. It's a great retro clone, sort of. It combines elements of old school gaming with 5e to create a new kind of rapid fire gaming experience.
It looks pretty cool. I've looked into it, Matt, because you've talked to me about it a couple of times, and it does look pretty cool, though I have
Yeah.
not played it yet.
It's got the deadliness of OSR combined with a lot of the updated game mechanics of modern day 5e. But there's definitely pruning that goes on. It's kind of like the best of all worlds. But in any case, success, incredible success, often drums up jealousy and terrible people saying terrible things because they are jealous of that success, which is very sad. Um,
Yeah, that happens to me almost daily.
yes, indeed. You know, I guess there was an individual, and I'm not going to name names, but a lot of people may already know who it was. But they were doing self-publishing for quite some time and produced some decent works, um, but have recently declared that they are getting out of the self-publishing business because they just can't compete with the likes of the shadow dark people. They call it the
Okay.
shadow darking. I would have called it the shadow darkening, but they said it said shadow darking.
Oh,
Uh,
well, they didn't have you to write stuff for
yes.
them. You're way more clever.
Um, yeah. So, but I can't help but feel like either this is all this little mini controversy going on right now is all due to jealousy or just simply ignorance. I'm not saying stupidity. I'm saying ignorance, meaning they don't know the whole story. So before we go any further, I'm just going to share what was said. I pruned out the pertinent information from the blog post that started all of this. But I'm going to share my screen here to here. You can see it there. So the quote is, sure, I could point a tentacle at our shitty economy. The OSR is dying, folks. Political culture war stuff, which may or may not have led to online retailers and crowdfunding sites censoring and stealth banning via the almighty algorithm. So he's lamenting that his works aren't selling well enough or as well as others.
Well,
Uh,
welcome to the club, bro. Welcome to the
yeah,
club.
the current necessity of slick marketing campaigns anointed by establishment approved YouTubers, the shadow darkening of our hobby, various forces and personalities and groups overinflating RPG popularity to the point where everything is geared towards lowest common denominator tourists and infused with socialism and soy.
Yeah,
Watsy
I
skull
like
fisting.
that.
Yes. Watsy skull fisting the bejesus out of D&D like Disney has done to Star Wars. or my own stubborn, arrogant notion that I make what I want the way I want it, and that's just how it is. Well, and that last part is fine. Do it however you want to do it. You know, but to me, this blew up on Twitter, and there's a dog pile effect. There are people who are like, yeah, that Shadowdark lady, she had all these YouTubers helping her, and it's no wonder that she was a success because she was the anointed one, and the Shadowdark rules are just it still has 5 unit, therefore it's bad. Like there are all these ridiculous statements made online. And
Yeah, I'm not understanding all of these statements. I mean, it sounds like she worked really hard and she created this cool thing and she did what any smart person would do when they created a new product. They do go to
yeah,
YouTube and all the other people, and that's just a general, like, that's almost an established marketing campaign. It's nothing new at this point. This guy's
I
just some
actually wrote a book with Kelsey in 2018. We did our monstrous lexicon, which had like 100 new monsters in it, and we had a great time designing the monsters. And we both learned a lot about the process of getting a book published and whatnot.
That's really
But
cool, Matt.
yeah, but when this guy talks about slick marketing campaigns anointed by establishment approved YouTubers, Kelsey could have come out and been very defensive, and rightly so, and been like, you jerks, you don't have any idea who you're talking about. But instead she came out and said, I wrote Shadow Dark for 2 years in the basement of my parents' house over the pandemic when she was unemployed, and uh, you know, and during that time, she did the work to make connections to YouTubers. She did the work to learn how to market. She took a $15 course on InDesign, and she won four Ennies, one of which was, I think, best layout. But they make it seem like she had all this help. And granted, no one gets anywhere in life on their own. Everyone has help for here and there, but it's
Sure.
easily stated that 95% of this is one woman's hard work in that basement, putting in the hours, making it happen, putting white out on bees, just like the stepbrothers did. Um, but like Lois cannot, like the game is geared towards the lowest common denominator to us. Just because it's not the game for you doesn't mean it's not a good game. You know, I personally think Shadow Dark. Shadowrun's a great game too. I love it. But Shadow Dark is a fantastic game, you know. Um
I don't think
I,
there's anything wrong with a woman working her ass off for 2 years and trying to like establish her brand and her company. I think that's awesome. I think that should be something that we drink to. Um,
yes,
but I,
cheers.
yes, cheers to that. Hardworking women.
Kelsey, you did it. But
You
and
did
then
it.
bring up socialism and so I know Kelsey personally. She wrote Shadow Dark to be much like our last video where we discussed let's keep politics out of this. Let's just have fun, make a great game. That's what she does. That's what she did. She's pretty much a middle of the road kind of gal, and you know politics doesn't even come into Shadow Dark. It's I don't know where this socialism and soy stuff.
I mean, it's funny. I'm sorry, but
It
that
is
that
kind of
it
funny.
sounds funny. But he's sitting here attacking a woman just because he's jealous that, she made it and he didn't. Well, I mean, that's competition, sweetheart. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
That's how it
merit.
goes. That's how it's
It's a
been for
meritocracy.
Yes. And that's how it's been for, decades. The game has definitely changed with social media. Sure. It's gotten to the point where nowadays you do need like 18 to 30 YouTubers under your belt so that you can have a good marketing campaign. I'm fully aware of that. Trust me, I've been playing the game for a little while, but it doesn't mean that her product isn't good. And he just sounds like he sounds like he's throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah, and you know, that last sentence, I want to make things the way I want. And that's great. Make the things how you want. But one of the things I struggle with as a game developer and as a writer is that I have a hard time separating what the things I love from the things that might be popular. So when I write, I tend to get very long-winded, and not everyone wants to read a whole novel about the backstory of a lizard folk tribe. You know,
Stephen King did it.
yes, but I mean it's a niche market. It's not, you
Yeah.
know, most
Yeah.
people want bullet points and they want to run their adventure and they don't want to have to like delve into the religious aspects of this shaman who,
You just need a
happens to
Samarillion.
that's my weakness, and I know that. And I know that Kelsey, as a game developer, is strong enough to say, you know what, this is what people want. I think I can give it to them. And she delivered. Um, so, yeah, but on Twitter, there was this pile on effect. People were just like, and of course, the Shadowdark people, the fans, supported Kelsey, and rightly so. But it was just, this whole thing was just pretty annoying. It's not a huge, earth-shattering, canceling moment, but
It's
I just
mean and it's
I just
bullying
had
and
to, yeah, I just felt the desire to like come out and say, you know what, Kelsey deserves better than that.
exactly. It's mean and it's bullying, and we don't support bullies on this channel, right, Matt?
That's right. We
That's
do
right.
support a decent scotch, though.
Oh, absolutely. But we're talking to you, Watsy, bully.
Get your drinking game on. Anyway, let us know what you think. Do you enjoy Shadowdark? If not, let us know why. If you do, let us know why.
If you've
Uh,
ever heard of it, let us know. I know that I haven't played it, but Matt has
I
told me
have
a
it all.
couple times.
I backed the Kickstarter and I got everything from it.
There we go. I guess I
Yes.
know what I'm gonna do next week when we hang out, Matt. But
Yes, we got all kinds of. Oh, is that a secret? We just divulge a secret, or should we? We'll get to that in a week or so. Anyway,
come back and have another round on us.
woohoo!